Ashton Addison. This is Polycon 18 in the Bahamas, hosted by Polymath. Here we have Dave Hendricks from Vertalo. Thanks for being here, Dave.
Hey, Ashton, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Anytime, man. So tell me a little bit about Vertalo.
Yeah, so Vertalo is a platform on the blockchain that helps people prove themselves. What we use is we use the two-sided attestation features, the consensus function of the blockchain, using ERC20 smart contracts to enable people and organizations to agree upon employment or academic achievements. So basically what we do is we allow you to certify yourself and say, yeah, I work for Polymath. Polymath agrees on that. That is enshrined in a smart contract, and it turns into something that we call a stint. Okay? A stint is a container of time-bound achievement, maybe a job or a degree, maybe you ran a 5K, you did something that two parties can agree upon. Okay, when those two parties agree upon it, it produces a stint, and the stint is a container that's searchable, shareable, and secure, and it's owned by two parties and immutable. Okay, so we use a token in our business network to handle the agreement function. So I would issue you a Talos token and say, hey, I was at the Polycon conference. Can you agree to that? And you say, yeah, you were a sponsor at Polycon. And we would both agree upon that, and then I would have that proof forever. Okay? So individuals use it to prove education or employment or some other achievement. Companies use the platform to help them understand everyone who works with them. Okay, maybe Polycon wants to certify everyone who was attending the conference. They can send a request. We all go, yeah, we were there. Okay, and then there's a record of that. For companies in today's world, the future of work companies like ours, we have some employees. We have a lot of advisors. Okay, and we have contractors and lawyers. Those people don't end up in HR systems, okay? So they can't really prove their connection to the company. What we do is we help people prove their connections to other people and organizations by certification, and that's what Vertalo does. It certifies things.
Amazing. So you're using a token to have an agreement about a specific event or a specific document or something like that. I know there's a lot of problems, specifically what you mentioned about degrees and certifications, where it's people can put anything on their resume essentially and say that they went to this university, and it's hard to prove. And even if they did, then say you apply for a job and then they have to prove. It's very hard to communicate with the owners of that university to prove that the person actually went there.
It's so hard to actually do reference checks. So this idea of Vertalo started actually a long time ago with me. I was a recruiter at Oracle Corporation, and I used to look at resumes all day long, dozens of them, scan them, and looking just for good backgrounds, etc. Eventually, I started seeing the same resume over and over again. It was a perfect resume. It was the resume that was custom made to get a job at Oracle. The funny thing is, the resume had a different name on it every day. I never knew whether I actually met this person. So I stopped trusting resumes because they're user-generated content, they're unreliable, you can't really check them. And so what happened is I had to rely on the recruiter and say, hey, look, is this the real person? Can this person actually do this? Did you check on this person? Because I couldn't trust the resume. The resume was invented by Leonardo da Vinci in 1482. He did a resume, and he was trying to earn some work from the Duke of Florence. And so he touted his skills as a weapons designer, as a civil engineer, as a bridge builder. It was only until you got to the very bottom on the resume that you found out that he's a painter and a sculptor. He'd actually never done any of that other stuff, but he was like, I got notebooks. I did that. He thought that's what he wanted to be. But there was no certification. There's no proof. Nothing like his paintings. So that is recruiters, companies are having so much trouble finding great talent, and so because they can't trust resumes, they can't hire the best people because the best people cannot prove themselves. So using our certification platform, people can prove themselves. That amazing developer from India who went to IIT can get a job at Polymath, okay? Because you guys can look at his background and go, wow, okay? And that's what we're doing. We're helping people prove themselves to get access to opportunities. And we're bringing normals onto the blockchain this way. This is something that people can understand. Everyone has a wallet in our system. Everyone goes through KYC. And it gets people ready to enter the new world of crypto, okay? And it's a regular application for everyday use.
Very interesting. So if you are having your information on a blockchain, is it a public blockchain?
Yes, it's the Ethereum blockchain. So we use an ERC20 token. We like the Ethereum blockchain because of smart contracts and because people understand it. And so we're able to do everything that we wanted to do with Ethereum and writing our smart contracts in Solidity. We're able to enshrine lots of rules and other types of conditions into the smart contract. We're also looking at using what's known as an ERC 721 token. We're building another product with that I'm not going to talk about that today because I don't want anyone to know about it. It's so amazing.
That's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So is some information on people's resumes, if it's on a public blockchain, I could see that there may be some privacy issues. Is it encrypted and hashed, or is that information you could just take a look at people's resume and information publicly?
So the great thing about the system is it gives people control, okay? Some of these business networks, first of all, they're centralized, okay? So there's censorship elements there, okay? And there's also no verification in these central database business networks. Once you're in there, you can't pull your data out, okay? And you can't really control who can see you. Okay? With Vertalo, on the other hand, you, the user, for whom the system is free, by the way, you can join for free, okay, and will actually reward you in tokens for doing virtuous acts. You can obscure everything about yourself or make yourself fully shareable, okay? The information that companies manage about their associates, however, is fully private, because that's just like any company's data.
For sure.
So a company will have all their associates in the system. That's not shared. But you can choose actually to either show your whole profile. Maybe you want to hide your location and your name because you just want someone to see you for your accomplishments, you don't want cognitive bias.
Yep,
okay,
for sure.
You may want to hide yourself entirely. We also enable you to set thresholds for contact. So you say, I will only accept an incoming contact or inquiry or offer of service if they offer me $10. So you can gate access to yourself. So you need to control your identity, and what we're doing is we're helping people control their identity, own it, okay? Not give it to a centralized database, but own their identity, okay? And be able to take that finally and take great value out of it. So.
That's awesome. So, sounds like something I would want to use. So, is the development of the platform finalized, or is it coming this year? Or what's the stage that you guys are at?
Well, we're a little different than most of the other companies you'll talk to who are blockchain companies. We actually built this in Web 2.0 first. Okay, we built this before we put it onto the blockchain, and then we met some really great people who said, "Wow, we love what you're doing. You guys should really think about doing this." And we always thought about it as being distributed ledger. And so in the summer of 2017, we stopped the web development and we moved right to blockchain. So what we did was we wrote our white paper, we wrote our token economics paper, we wrote our yellow paper, and then we started writing Solidity contracts around it and doing Rigbee testnet in December of 2017. And we've just been developing. And we've already got partners who are ready to launch with us. One is called Benepay. It's an HR and benefits platform that's going to introduce it to all of its clients. They have 2,500 clients. So we think that we will be releasing the Talos token for utility purposes to end users and companies about May 1st. And that's when people will start being able to prove themselves on May 1st.
Great. So if people are looking to find out more information about Vertalo or get involved in the community, what's the best way to find out more?
Well, there's always www.vertalo.com. There's also the Twitter handle @Vertalo_. And then we have a Telegram channel, Vertalo token Telegram channel as well. And you can always just find me, Dave Hendricks, and I am the #1 Dave Hendricks on the internet. So
that's great.
You're going to find me pretty quickly.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, Dave.
Thank you, Asher. Bye-bye.